A great rivalry, the Indians of Toms River South to take on the Mariners of Toms River North. Hi everyone, I'm Bob Lampin, and with me is Mark Rossman. And Mark, this is going to be a beauty.
Well, it's the final game of the 1991 high school baseball season, and it comes down to this. Two teams from the same town, Toms River, where they play some great baseball, battling it out tonight in the Shore Conference Tournament championship game. Two teams that have met twice already and split those two meetings, now meeting with a lot on the line.
Ken Frank, the head coach of the Toms River South Indians, always puts together a great program. I'll tell you, it seems like every year they're at the top of the heap in not only Shore Conference, but also state baseball.
Toms River North will hit first tonight, and here it is. Chris Pegut, Scott Keller, Jim Sino, Brian Kirby, Mike Riccardi, Andy Hyman, Vin Manassi, Frank Liotti, and Tony Murato. They'll face Rod Velarde on the mound, Bob.
Outstanding pitcher for sure is Velarde. Look at his numbers, 8-1, .70 ERA, 3 no-hitters in 1991. So we're just about set to get underway. It was raining earlier, but it's cleared up. We're going to have a great baseball game. Here comes the first pitch of the night, swung on and fouled off for strike one to Toms River North's Chris Pegut. Look at the defense quickly for you. Todd Kazanowski at first, Steve Kruger at second, Kent Speedy at short, and John Garabrand at third. Chris Taylor in left, Matt Cotton in center, and Billy Ushock in right, Jeff Devlin the catcher, and Velarde on the hill. So the count 0-1. Off-speed pitch up high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
You mentioned the Toms River South tradition, Bob, and this, in fact, is South's 8th appearance in the Shore Conference Final.
Saw the numbers on Pegut hitting .443. That pitch in there for a called strike, so 1-2 the count.
8 trips to the final in 13 years that this tournament has been played.
Unbelievable, great job. This one fouled back over our heads and out of play, so Pegut still alive, leading it off here in the Shore Conference Championship baseball game. What a great facility for Rod Velarde and the rest of the players to be participating in. Wall Municipal Complex. Didn't miss by much, just outside.
315 down the left and right field line, 345s to the gap, and 380 to dead center field here at the Wall Municipal Complex.
And the pitch fouled off again by Pegut, so Chris Pegut making Velarde work here, leading things off in this baseball game. Count is even at 2-2. Good look at it right there. Speed pitch, waved that for strike 3, and down goes Pegut.
Well, Chris Pegut will be out the hill for North when they take the field, and he got an up-close and personal look at Rod Velarde's stuff. Here are the records. Toms River North 22 up, 6 down. Toms River South 24-4. North was the Shore Conference A South Division winner this year.
Swung on and missed for strike 1 to the shortstop, Scott Keller.
The Mariners were 13-1 in division play, 1 game better than South.
Top of the first inning, 0-2 the count to Keller. Our umpires tonight, Tom Pegut behind home plate. First base, Dickie Woolf, Jim Rochford at second, and Dave Vivino on the third baseline. So 4 umpires and big baseball game. This one up high, 1-2. A lot of enthusiasm already. You can hear it in the background.
Keller hitting right at 300 with 2 home runs and 12 RBIs.
And Keller lays off of that one.
Lights are on. They'll take full effect in a little while as this one getting started right around 8 o'clock.
Saw the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Down goes Keller. That's 2 Ks for Velarde. 2 down here in the top of the first. So Rod Velarde off to a quick start. Big crowd piling in here, and a great place to watch a baseball game. Up high on the hills surrounding the infield. And the third hitter, Jim Sino, the catcher. And strike 1 to Sino.
Sino with 1 home run and 24 RBIs this season, hitting .393, facing a tough task against Velarde tonight.
0-1 the count to Sino. 2 down, top of the first. And that one missing. Nice breaking ball, but that one just missed. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Velarde, with 2 strikeouts here in the first, has run his season total to 71 strikeouts in just over 50 innings.
And you can see that one up high. So Velarde mixing the speeds up, in and out, up and down. We've seen the breaking ball already. He's had the good heat. And that one in there for a called strike. Sino didn't think so. Velarde knew it all along. So Jim Sino steps out to kind of collect himself. He didn't think that one was in there. So Velarde delivers, and this one popped up in foul territory. The first baseman, Todd Kazanowski, makes the catch, and down go the Toms River North Mariners in the top of the first inning. They go 1-2-3. 2 Ks by Velarde, and that's the story as we head into the bottom of the first inning. Toms River South will huddle it up very often around Coach Ken Frank. And Velarde right in the middle of that one. So good job by Velarde. He sets down the Mariners. And the Indians getting set to attack the Mariners in the bottom of the first, and here's their order.
Leading off, it'll be Kent Speedy. He's followed by John Garabrandt, Matt Cotton, and the right fielder Bill Ushak. Velarde, the pitcher, hits 5th, followed by Kazanowski, Kruger, Narozniak, and Taylor.
On the mound for Toms River North, it's Chris Pegut, the right-hander. Petut's had some arm problems, 8-1 on the season at a 2.35 ERA, so they'll be watching Pegut very carefully tonight. He takes his warm-up tosses. And we look at the Toms River North defense. At first base, Brian Kirby. Vin Manassi is the second baseman. Scott Keller at shortstop, and the third baseman tonight will be Frank Liotti. Pete Vignovic in left field, Mike Riccardi in center, and Andy Hyman the right fielder. Jimmy Sino's the catcher, and Chris Pegut, the lanky right-hander, will be doing the pitching. Bob Lampinen and Mark Rossman with you. We're in the bottom of the first inning as we take a look at the field dimensions. Down the left field line at 315. Left center 345, a long shot to dead center at 380. Right center 345, and of course down the right field line also at 315. So what can you say, Mark, about this facility? When I played high school baseball, they didn't make them like this field.
This is beautiful, and the lights will begin to take effect in a couple of minutes. And this should be a whale of a game. North and South, the neighbors, split their first 2 meetings this year in Shore Conference A South play. And what a way to break the tie in a season series in the championship game of the Shore Conference tournament.
John Garabrandt wearing number 44. You just saw him next to the batter's box. He's actually the second hitter, just gauging the pitches of Pegut. Previous meetings, April 5th at Toms River North, it was 12-1. The Mariners winning that one. Then May 1st at Toms River South, the Indians came back and won that one 4-0. So all things are about equal. And this, the rubber match between the two teams and playing for the overall championship of the Shore Conference. Always a real important thing. Kenny Frank, the head coach for the Toms River South Indians, coaching at third base. He works year-round with his baseball program, and they do a terrific job. And Ken Frank, certainly one of the top baseball guys at the Shore. He's been here before, but it's always exciting and always nerve-wracking, particularly early, and we'll see how things go. Here we go, bottom of the first inning. Kent Speedy steps in to face Chris Pegut. Petut's first delivery, swung on and popped up right over our heads, and I'm glad it went about 2 feet further because I was ready to duck out of the way of that one. All right. So strike one as Kent Speedy went after the first delivery.
Junior hitting .412 with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs.
This one hit on the ground. The third baseman comes in, Liotti. Fires across, and he got him on a close one. Good job by Liotti. Speedy showing why he's got the name Speedy. He got down there quickly.
He's working on a 15-game hitting streak. But Doesn't reach that time on a good play by the third baseman, Liotti.
So that's out number 1. John Garabrand, the hitter. One thing about baseball down in Ocean County, they take it seriously and always get a kick out of hearing the kids staying with the chatter and all. That is not dead on the high school level, at least in Ocean County. They take it seriously, and some outstanding baseball played between these two teams. Garabrand takes outside for ball 1.
Pegut come with a variety of pitches, fastball, curve, slider, and changeup. Facing Garabrand, who's hitting .441 with 21 RBIs this year.
Good fastball right there, taken for strike.
How about the location on that? Garabrand looked at it. He was the winning pitcher in the 2-1 win over Monmouth Regional in the semifinal.
Well, the catcher, Jim Sino, just held it there to give Tom Pegut a good look at that one. Pegut said, "No, that's a ball." Tommy Pegut umpiring behind home plate. Sure, he told Sino, "Yeah, I saw it all along." And good location right there, inside part of the plate. Garabrand didn't think so. He steps out and takes a walk around. 2-2 the count. 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Chris Pegut on the hill for the Toms River North Mariners, playing their arch rival, the Indians of Toms River South. Nothing like crosstown rivalries when you get to a championship. That brings out the best in both teams. So here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit down the left field line. That'll be a base hit for Garabrand. He went the opposite way with it. Past the diving third baseman, Frank Liotti. So hit number 1 in this baseball game.
That brings up Matt Cotton, the center fielder. Cotton, a senior, hitting .386 with 25 RBIs. I have a runner at first, and we'll keep an eye on Garabrand. He's being held on by the first baseman Kirby at the moment.
So Pegut gets the sign. Holding on is the first baseman Kirby, trying to keep Garabrand close. And the first pitch outside for a ball. Matt Cotton, the center fielder for Toms River South. 1 down. We're in the bottom of the first inning. No score.
Garabrand can run. He's got 9 stolen bases this year.
Getting all kinds of help from the entire bench that time, telling him to get back.
Come on, Matt, give him a ride, buddy. Go, Cotton. Give him a ride, buddy.
And Pegut delivers. Caught the corner. Good pitch. Ken Frank flashing the signs. Kirby holding Garabrand on. A little smile on Kirby's face. Swung on and foul back and out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Matt Cotton. Jim Sino, the catcher for Toms River North. First base coach Ted Shelmy down there was just talking to Garabrand to see if anything's on here.
Go, Matty, wait back.
Nothing on. That one taken for called strike 3, and Cotton knew it. So Pegut with a nice location on that one sets down Matt Cotton for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. Doesn't look like he has any arm problems right now, does it?
Pegut working smoothly.
Well, he's got to face Billy Ushak, the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, all he's doing is hitting .443 with 4 home runs and 44 RBIs.
This one ripped foul down the third baseline. Ushak turned on that one out in front of it.
One of the outstanding outfielders, high school outfielders in the state of New Jersey, Ushak, having an really fine season. Coach Ken Frank.
And there's Coach Frank flashing the signs.
Sorry, Bob. Indians got knocked out of the state tournament a couple of days back. They lost to Cherry Hill West 6-3. Velarde took his first loss of the year in that one. So they're playing for a title tonight, and they want it.
Interesting to see if that has any bearing on the mental approach of the Mariners. You know, kind of the invincibility of Velarde. Is it gone in their minds? That pitch just outside for a ball. You never know. Particularly when you're stepping up to the bat, as you know, Mark, confidence in the mental process so important. And you face a guy like Velarde, you better be confident.
That's one of the things the Cherry Hill West players were quoted to say it in the papers. They got an early home run off Velarde, and they said when they saw their teammate hit a home run, they thought they'd be able to hit him.
Swung on and missed. They fired down to first, and they got him. Jimmy Sino picking off John Garabrand, the tag made by Kirby. And the Mariners storm back into the dugout, and that's just the kind of thing that can really psych you up and carry you the rest of the way. So, great throw by Sino, and the crowd has to appreciate the play by Sino, whether you're a North or South fan. Good baseball is good baseball, and you have to enjoy it. Let's watch it again. Watch how quickly Sino guns him down. Up off the knees.
It was low, and Sino handled it, fired it down to Kirby. And a good call by the first base umpire, Dick Woolf. No question about it. Looked out from up here, and he was out down there.
All right, we'll take a break. No score. We'll be right back.
This is a golfer. He'll play anywhere. Golf Digest magazine helps his game anywhere he plays with instructional articles from top pros. So wherever you play better with Golf Digest.
Get a full year of Golf Digest for $19.77. Call 800-892-9000 now and get our free half-hour instructional video with your paid subscription. Call 800-892-9000 now.
Top of the second inning coming up in short conference baseball action. This is the championship game. No score between Toms River North and Toms River South. Kirby, Riccardi, and Hyman do up. Velarde on the mound, and the first pitch to Brian Kirby taken for ball one.
Brian Kirby is one of 4 North captains this season.
Kirby, the .398 hitter, takes called strike one.
Tough hitter to strike out, Bob. He's whiffed only 2 times in 107 at-bats.
Wow, that's unbelievable. This one swung on and popped foul down the first baseline and out of play. Ken Frank right there. Was chased down by his catcher, Jeff Devlin. So the count, a ball and 2 strikes. First baseman Todd Kazanowski playing deep. Kazanowski took the long run along with Devlin, the catcher. So a ball and 2 strikes to count. Rod Velarde on the hill. Here comes the pitch. And fisted out to right field, out of play. Just protecting that time was Kirby. Got around late.
Kirby's knocked 2 home runs this year, along with 36 RBIs. That's the team lead. Cleanup hitter, doesn't strike out.
Off-speed pitch, got him looking.
He did that time, and that's only the third time Kirby has struck out this season. Velarde caught him.
Strikeout number 3 in the game for the pitcher, Rod Velarde. 1 down here in the second. That'll bring up Mike Riccardi, the center fielder. Senior hitting 400, some big numbers by Toms River North for sure. Takes up high, ball 1.
Riccardi with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs.
Of course, when you win 22 games, you don't do it without piling up some numbers. 22 wins, the most in the history of the Toms River North baseball program. That one swung on and missed.
Tell you what, they pulled out some game in the quarterfinals of this tournament over Manasquan. Already missing high. Manasquan led Toms River North 9-4 going to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Mariners scored 5 runs to win it 10-9.
And that one inside got away from the catcher Devlin, so 3-1 now the count to Mike Riccardi.
You got the numbers, but a little bit of luck now and then doesn't hurt either. 10-9 win in the quarterfinals for North. Greg Livornia worked the last couple of innings and was credited with the win.
Velarde delivers, 3-1, up high, ball 4. So that's the first base runner for Toms River North in this one. Walk number 1 given up by Rod Velarde. Ken Frank right there, head man for the Indians of Toms River South. Ken Frank does a great job of keeping everyone on his team into the game. Doesn't allow anybody to just sit around. They have to be in it mentally. Andy Hyman, the hitter. This one hit deep to left. Way back, say goodbye. That's out of here. A smash by Andy Hyman, no doubt about it. A 2-run blast. Did he jump on that? 2-0, Toms River North leads it. Well, they say look for a fastball, and that's what Hyman was looking for.
He blasted his 5th home run of the year, and now has 22 RBIs, and the Mariners lead 2-0. A rocket that got out of here in a hurry, and no doubt about it, the left fielder went back on the ball, Chris Taylor, but he had no chance.
So Velarde crushed for that 2-run shot, his team trailing it 2-0. Watch it again, no doubt about it. Just up a little bit, and Hyman just got all of it, almost went over the second fence. And ball 1 to Vid Manassi, the second baseman. Oh, we talked about confidence, Mark, and things such as that in Toms River North. Obviously confident, and when you're up 2-0 against a guy like Velarde, that's got to help. Good location there, outside corner, strike 1.
Andy Hyman hitting in the number 6 spot with 4 home runs. Obviously had some power. Well, you couldn't ask for a harder hit ball than that home run.
That pitch up high.
Hyman leads the team. He led the team with 4 home runs coming in, now has 5 after the 2-run shot. And Manassi not much of a fall off at 345 either.
Takes it inside. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Manassi. Velarde takes the sign and delivers. Swung on and miss. Strike 2. So a full count to Manassi. 1 down here in the second inning. Toms River North on top 2-0. A 2-run blast by Andy Hyman over the left field fence has given the Mariners the lead. Strike 3, got him looking on the corner. Too close to take with 2 strikes. Coaching at third base is Frank Pierce, assistant coach for Toms River North. Ooh, off-speed pitch to Frank Liotti. So Velarde changing things up, started him off with the changeup. Ball 1. Liotti at 3:06. And this one blooped out to second base, and Steve Kruger makes the catch. And that retires the Toms River North Mariners, but not before they pick up 2 runs on a 2-run shot by Andy Hyman. Toms River North leading it by the count of 2-0, and Rod Velarde and the Toms River South Indians behind, but they've come back before. We'll be right back.
On the set.
Squan Tavern, take 1.
Ready, action.
Hey, fellas, what about my commercial?
Squan Tavern, Molte Bene.
When your appetite starts speaking Italian, it's time for Squan Tavern. Squan Tavern, Broad Street in Manasquan. It's so good.
Heading into into the bottom of the second inning. Toms River North leading it 2-0. Here's Peto on the mound for Toms River North, facing Bill Ushak. Ushak swings at the first and misses for strike one. Ushak was up in the first inning when Garabran was picked off of first base for out number 3, so Ushak gets another shot at it. He's expected to be followed by Velarde and Kazanowski. Peto delivers, and that one low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Ushak. Bottom of the second inning, North leading it 2-0. Short Conference Championship game. Playing for the overall title in this year's Short Conference competition. This one hit on the ground. The shortstop, Keller, long throw, and he beat it out.
Keller double clutched, had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and that let Ushak hustle down to first base. Keller at shortstop. That is not Keller, that's Liati. But it was the shortstop, Keller, who had some problems getting the ball out of his glove. And Ushak is the leadoff runner.
There's Keller right there. Scott Keller, the shortstop. Velarde, the hitter. And he takes it high and away for ball 1. Rod Velarde, only a junior. He's coming back.
Hitting .400 with 17 RBIs, 7-1 mound record. Pitched 3 straight no-hitters and had a hand in a 4th a couple of days ago.
Taken all the way. That one in there for a call strike.
South beat Wall 16-0 in the first round of the Short Conference tournament. Velarde and Ushak combined on a no-hitter. Velarde got the win. Had some help from Ushak late.
Ushak, the runner at first. And that pitch up high and away.
Not too many pitchers, I would imagine, who can say they've been involved in 4 no-hitters in 1 year, Bob.
No, not in 1 career. Are you kidding me? Jim Sino, the catcher for Toms River North, has already picked 1 off, and that'll certainly make Toms River South think about things when they're on the bases. 2-1 the count to Velarde. 2-2 the count as that one catches the corner for a call, strike 2.
It's certainly nice to think about the next year. It's this one not over yet, but Velarde, you would think, would be a cornerstone of a Toms River South team in '92.
Yeah, I would think so. Super junior year for sure. And the 2-2 pitch missing high and away. First baseman Brian Kirby holding Ushak on.
Ushak on the base paths, 5 stolen bases.
Ushak, very short lead. Peto delivers, and this one slap foul down the third baseline. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Toms River North leading it 2-0. 2-run home run by Andy Hyman in the second inning has given North the lead. And time has bin called. Waiting for third base umpire Dave Vivino to return. Then they're all set to go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Ushak is the runner at first. Peto delivers. Hit on the ground. Second baseman Manassi will go to first, and he threw it away. Ushak's going to move up to third. And Tom Pegut right on it. And the ball did go out of play.
Second and third.
So Manassi came up with it, but misfired on the throw to first. Ending up at second base was Velarde.
Let's go. Let's make a play.
Watch the replay right here.
Slow roller, Ushak actually jumps over it. And Manassi makes the throw wide of the bag. Ushak rounded second, went to third. And Velarde wound up at second base. So second and third, nobody out. As Toms River South looks to rally from a 2-run deficit. And trying to see what's going on out there right now.
Well, I think
he's talking to Peto.
There may have been some discussion as to whether or not when the ball actually went out of play. And Toms River South might have been trying to get the extra base out of it, but second base had not been made. Clearly made by Ushak before it was thrown away. Therefore, he would not be awarded third and home. You get the one you're going to plus one more. So it looks like we'll have runners at second and third with nobody out. Todd Kazanowski is the hitter. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Toms River North is ahead 2-0. But Toms River South threatening. So Kazanowski, the junior, will step in. Toms River North leaves the infield back.
Kazanowski, 338 with a home run and 17 RBIs.
There's Peto on the mound. Runners at second and third. And the pitch taken outside for ball one. Kazanowski almost went after it and was able to pull back and lay off of it. He squared a bunt, pitch out.
Ushak held the bag at third. Good thing he did, because Sino was looking right down the line.
Well, you had Toms River North anticipating something. Toms River South perhaps putting something on. Runner at third base is Billy Ushak, taking the lead. Kenny Frank not afraid to put some of the various things on. He uses the hit and run and the squeeze play. Squares around, lays off of it, taken for a ball. So Chris Peto in a little bit of a jam now. 3-0 the count. Kazanowski, nobody out, runners at second and third. Ball four, and they're all loaded up. Runner at first base, Todd Kazanowski. Over at second, it's Rod Velarde. And at third running is Billy Ushak. There he is, number 41. So a tough jam right now for Chris Peto. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Kenny Frank has Steve Kruger coming up. Kruger, the number 7 hitter in the batting order. So he has to decide whether he wants to let him hit or try to squeeze that run in. Toms River North on top, 2-0. Steve Kruger, the second baseman, will face Chris Peto. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Already, it's everything we expected, Mark.
This is a jam. Peto really trying to get out of it.
And he squares and lays off of it.
Kruger hitting .355 with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs.
So time is called. Coach Hill wants to come out to talk to Peto. Steve Hill right there. And of course, a situation like this, you got to try to get your guy to make sure that he comes in with it. But obviously, he doesn't want to come in too good. We mentioned that Peto had some arm problems, and he's been trying to fight them off. But the situation is a tough one now with the bases loaded, nobody out. Steve Kruger due up, designated hitter. Narazanik due up next, followed by Chris Taylor. There's the scene. We mentioned that we had some storms earlier, but they've gone away, and it is a beautiful scene right now. A cool night Kind of a welcome relief from all the heat and humidity we've been having. A lot of excitement out here. Short Conference Baseball Championship. Bases loaded, nobody out. Toms River South trying to get back in it. They trail it 2-0. Kruger the hitter. Peto on the hill. And again, he squared and laid off of it. 2-0 the count.
Kirby at first, Liotti at third, charging in a couple of steps with the pitch.
I'd have to think right now that Kruger may be up there just taking a strike, trying to force Peto to come in with something. Outside, 3-0.
Walk is a run right here.
So 3-0. You got to figure he's taken. Wonder if they're going to be charging or not here. Kirby at first, Liotti at third. Well, Kruger thought he had ball for it. Called strike one. Kruger checking for the sign now at 3-1. Infield in at the corners for Toms River North. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, nobody out. Strike 2. Kruger jumping out of the box before the pitch even got there that time. Umpires don't like that.
Kruger wants to get to first base in a bad way, but that is not the way to do it.
So the drama builds. It's 3-2. Bases loaded. Nobody out. He got him. Strike 3. What a job by Peto to come back from a 3-0 count. Chris Peto showing some guts right there.
Now he's going to face the designated hitter, Dan Narozniak, still with the bases loaded and 1 out, but now with a chance perhaps to get out of it with a double play. See if he can get Narozniak.
First pitch in there for a called strike. So Narozniak, the hitter. The senior. Big opportunity for Dan, the designated hitter. And pitch out was on that time. I think North was thinking squeeze that time. So Narozniak in good shape now, 2-0. Peto on the mound, bases are loaded, 1 down. Swung on and missed. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. You can hear the chatter. Home, baby. He went too far. Yes, he did. And he got him. So that was strike 3. Had the wrong count. Sorry about that, folks. Peto had the count, though, and he got him.
Back-to-back strikeouts of Kruger and Narozniak. And now it's the number 9 hitter, left fielder Chris Taylor. Taylor hitting .293 with 11 RBIs. And what an opportunity for the Indians, but Chris Peto has a little something to say about that. Bases loaded, nobody out. He's struck out 2 straight and now has the number 9 hitter at the plate.
Peto has really come back. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Runner at third base is Bill Ushak. Ron Velarde over at second. And Todd Kazanowski at first. They were there with nobody out, and they're still there with 2 out. Peto trying to get out of a big-time jam. Strike 2.
Took something off that one.
And time called by Jim Sino. Telling him, don't be too good right now. Situation now where Peto wants to get Taylor to hit his pitch. If he gets out of this jam, I'll tell you, that is really something against a team like Toms River South. He's got to get one more strike on Taylor to get out of this mess. This one pop foul. And out of play behind the first base dugout.
Hey, Chris, take the deuce to the right, bud. Don't try to pull.
Toms River South bench right there. Major league facility here at the Wall Municipal Complex. 380 to dead center, 345 in the gaps, 315 down the line. Bases loaded, 2 down, 0-2 the count. Here's Taylor, the hitter, the number 9 hitter. Pegut delivers, and he just laid off of that one.
And how about Jim Sino behind the plate staying with that pitch? It nearly got away again.
Kenny Frank thinking right there, should I have put the squeeze on, he's thinking. Early in the game, why not let him hit? Outside. Two the count. Bases loaded, 2 down. 2-0, Toms River North leading it. Pegut winds and delivers. And that one gets away from the catcher. Here comes Ushak, and he dives across. Everybody else moved up 1, and it's 2-1. Well, we said Ken Frank may have been thinking, should I have put the squeeze on? Now he's kind of breathing a sigh of relief. They'll get at least 1 out of this one. Runners at second and third. Velarde's on at third. There's Coach Frank. Ushak came sprinting across as it got away from the catcher, Jimmy Sino, on the wild pitch. So first base is now open. 2-1 the score. And swung on and missed, and that's a tough break for Toms River North as Pegut comes back to strike out the side. Toms River South getting 1 out of that. They had the bases loaded, nobody out. Pegut struck out 2, and the wild pitch allowed 1 run to score, and that's the story. It's 2-1 at the end of 2.
2-1, Toms River North over Toms River South in the short conference tournament championship game. Murado, Pegut, and Keller to face Rod Velarde. Velarde's first pitch to the designated hitter, Tony Murado, was high for ball 1, and that's the count as we start the top of the 3rd inning. Missing high, 2-0. Murado hitting in the number 9 spot and hitting .270 with 12 RBIs. 2-0 pitch from Velarde. That's a called strike, 2-1.
Murado taking a little bit of a stroll after that one. He thought that one was just upstairs a bit. Tom Pegut didn't agree.
Murado hitting in place of the left fielder, Pete Vignovec. 2-1. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Velarde through 2 innings has allowed 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. This is high and runs the count full at 3-2.
A little bit of a riser that time. Velarde mixing the speeds up, but his strength is just the way the ball moves. He throws a heavy ball, and it really moves.
He's got a sinking fastball, a tailing fastball, and a sidearm fastball.
And we just saw a rising fastball.
Got him. Looking, Murado goes down on strikes for the 5th strikeout for Rod Velarde. Well, he works that outside corner and punches out Tony Murado here in the top of the 3rd. So it's back to the top of the order for Chris Pegut. I have a feeling we're going to be saying he struck out in his previous at-bat a lot tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Pegut fouled it straight back, strike 1. Velarde came in the game with a record of 7-1. His 1 loss in a state playoff game a couple of days back, the South Jersey Group 3 championship game. This is outside 1-1.
Well, that temperature has really dropped, Mark. It's almost cold out now.
They were expecting it to go down in the 50s tonight. 1-1 pitch to Pegut. Ground ball smacked out to the second baseman. Kruger's throw to Kalinowski in time. And there's 2 down. Second baseman Steve Kruger played it on the hop. 4-3 put out. 2 down in the top of the third.
Second baseman's dream, that nice little 3/4 speed bouncing ground ball that bounces right up to you. You get the nice true hops on this great infield mix.
Here's the shortstop, Scott Keller. Keller struck out in the first when Velarde got the Mariners 1-2-3. Squares to bunt, and he went through it, strike 1. So the pitch was up high, but Keller offered at it, and is behind in the count 0-1. Velarde working with his battery mate, Jeff Devlin. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Velarde 1 strike away from setting the Mariners down in order.
Has to be a pleasure to play behind Velarde. He wastes no time, takes his sign and delivers. Keeps his players in the game, that's for sure.
0-2 pitch is high for a ball, 1-2.
He's always around the plate.
Gave up a 2-run homer to Andy Hyman in the second. That gave North a 2-0 lead. Called strike 3. South came back with 1 in the bottom of the second, and that's where we stand right now as Keller goes down for the second time tonight. 6 strikeouts for Velarde. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base in the middle of the third. 2-1 North.
Tennis Magazine.
As we go to the bottom of the third inning, Mark Rossman along with Bob Lampinen at the Wall Township Municipal Complex. Under the lights as Chris Pegut works on the hill for the Mariners. He'll face the top of the order. Kent Speedy, John Garabrandt, and Matt Cotton. Here's Kent Speedy, grounded out to third base in the first. Comes into the game with a 15-game hitting streak. Facing Chris Pegut for the second time tonight here in the bottom of the third. Pegut just missing outside, ball 1.
A little twitch in the right arm of plate umpire Tom Pegut on that one. It almost came up. That one just broke outside. How about the job by Pegut, though, in that last inning? Bases loaded, nobody out. Strikes out the side. Unfortunately, the wild pitch allowed 1 run to score, but
this one fouled off 1-1.
Even in that situation, to only give up 1, no matter how they got it, that ain't bad, I'll tell you.
Indians could not get the bat on the ball against Pegut when they really needed it, at least in that frame.
Especially when you think of the fact that bases loaded, nobody out. He went 3-0 and came back with the strikeout.
1-1 pitch to Speedy. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1-2, the count to the leadoff hitter. Packed house at the Wall Municipal Complex. This place is filled up. And they're seeing a gem thus far. 2-1 North lead. Petut's 1-2 pitch. Just missing outside, 2-2. A couple of crosstown rivals. And I guess if you go by the results of this tournament, Ocean County wins the battle this year over Monmouth County in short conference baseball.
Yeah, we had some great teams in Monmouth County. Monmouth Regional, Middletown North had super seasons. Manasquan was outstanding. St. Rose really had a great season.
Missing outside, 3-2. Don't forget the Homedale Hornets. They won a Central Jersey Group 2 championship.
That's right.
For rookie coach Sean Devaney.
St. Rose getting beaten the other day by Gloucester Catholic in the South Jersey final.
3-2 the count to the hitter Kent Speedy. Leading off the bottom of the third. Payoff pitch. Got him. Oh, man. Pegut moving right along, gets speedy looking. Strikeout number 5 for the senior quad captain, I guess you'd call him, Chris Pegut. 4 captains on this North squad. And there's one down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That brings up John Garabrandt. Garabrandt 9-2 on the hill for the Indians this season. 1 for 1 tonight. Takes ball 1. Garabrandt singled and was picked off to end the 1st inning.
So far, plate umpire Tom Pegut very consistent back there. He's not squeezing anybody. He's giving those corners. You get up there with 2 strikes. If it's close, you got to be hacking away. That's the way it should be.
2-0 the count to Garabrandt. Not only was Garabrandt the winning pitcher in the 2-1 win over Monmouth Regional in the semifinals for Toms River North, he knocked in the winning run with a single in the bottom of the 5th. It scored Kruger, and that run held up as the winning run. And in the quarterfinals, South needed a 2-1 victory over Lakewood to advance. So they played some tough baseball coming down the stretch. 2-0 pitch is high, ball 3.
As it should be come tournament time.
Boy, do you believe that? 2-1 in the quarterfinals and 2-1 in the semifinals.
Only the strong survive.
And Toms River North's semifinal win was 2-1 over Middletown North.
Yeah, maybe we're going to have to start going 2 out of 3.
There's a called strike, 3-1. Well, what's our score right here? 2-1.
Well, all we have to do is postpone graduation to the 1st week in July, extend the school year, and we can play 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5 series.
No problem with that. 3-1 the count to Garabrandt. Cotton on deck. Called strike 2. Boy, Pegut knows how to pitch when he falls behind.
Yeah, Garabrandt tried to duck underneath that one. Didn't work, though.
The count full. John Garabrandt hitting .441. Pegut looking for his 6th strikeout. 3-2 pitch. Got it. Garabrandt goes down swinging. Chris Pegut has strikeout number 6, 2 here in the 3rd. And now he'll face Matt Cotton.
Oh, Garabrandt looking fastball, swung right through it.
So here's the center fielder, Matt Cotton, hitting with 2 down and nobody on. The Indians have stranded 2 through 2 2/3.
Not bad, 5 straight strikeouts for Pegut.
This is popped up. Sino coming back, may have a play. And it was out of play, but a good effort by the catcher, Jim Sino. He's not thinking about where it's in play and where it's out of play. He's just going after it.
There is a line that's drawn diagonally from the corner of the dugout, or actually the screen in front of the dugout, and anything on the opposite side is out of play. So Sino gave it the old college try, but even if he caught it, unfortunately, it would not have been an out.
1 strike count to Matt Cotton, who struck out in the 1st. Pegut misses low for a ball. Sino fired it back.
Yeah, he keeps his pitcher in the game, Jimmy Sino, the catcher. If there's a good pitch or a bad one, if he's angry, he fires it back, and there he is right there. And he's telling Pegut, hey, stay in it here.
1-1 pitch. This one ripped out towards center field, going back on it and making the play was Mike Riccardi. A line shot ripped to center field, but Riccardi was right there.
Yeah, great jump on that.
And made the play. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 2-1 at the end of 3. Games Toms River North and Toms River South fighting it out in the short conference tournament championship game. Rod Velarde is on the hill for the 24-4 Toms River South Indians. He starts Jim Sino off with a ball here on the top of the 4th. Sino, Kirby, and Riccardi, numbers 3, 4, and 5.
Big lazy breaking ball that time. Now he'll come with heat. There it is.
Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1 the count to Jim Sino, who popped up to the first baseman, Todd Kazanowski, in the 1st inning. misses high with the fastball, 2-1. North with 2 runs in the second on a 2-run homer by right fielder Andy Hyman. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Velarde with 6 strikeouts through 3. Looking to get Jim Sino here in the top of the 4th.
Pegut also with 6 strikeouts, so the pitcher's the main story so far, and of course the home run by Hyman.
2-2 pitch is high, 3-2, nobody on, as it got away from the catcher, Jeff Devlin. So Velarde has run the count full to the leadoff hitter, Jim Sino. Back in the second inning, he walked Kirby, he struck out Kirby to start the inning, then walked Riccardi, who was on base when Andy Hyman hit the home run. Payoff pitch, pop foul, coming our way, and it's going to fall short and out of play. Short of our truck, that is. Yeah, we're behind our tree tonight, and Bob and I, without the Manhattan phone directories, I'm up here on the chair to get a good look at it. Could use a little height.
Well, of course, being at least 1.5 inches larger than you are, I can remain seated.
Yeah.
But the next time I come here, I'm bringing a chainsaw with me. That nice little sapling will be history.
Velarde working against Jim Sino, and he hit him with the fastball inside. So Sino gets first base the hard way, hit by the pitch.
Sino doesn't want to rub, but let me tell you, folks, that's smarts.
Velarde lost it inside, and Jim Sino is the base runner with nobody down here in the top of the 4th. Held on at first by Todd Kazanowski, and now it'll be the cleanup hitter, Brian Kirby. Kirby 0 for 1, a strikeout, only the 3rd time in 108 at-bats he has struck out this season. Fouls this one off for strike 1, and naturally, right before Velarde struck out Kirby, I said he never strikes out.
Well, that's always the way, but regardless of whether he struck out or not for the 3rd time on the season, that is really a terrific record at any level.
Oh, 0-1 count to Brian Kirby. Faked the bunt. Devlin's throw down the first, not in time, as Sino got back. Jeff Devlin working behind the dish tonight for Ken Frank.
He's looking into the dugout for some sort of a sign. See if a pitch out or anything is on.
Toms River South 24 up, 4 down, facing Toms River North 22-6. 2-1 the count to Kirby. These teams have played some baseball this year. Anytime you crack that 20-win plateau, you have had an outstanding season.
Tommy Pegut with a lot of help behind the home plate umpire and all those folks right back there.
Runner going, the pitch is fouled off. 2-2, as Sino was moving with the pitch. Kirby got a piece of it.
Velarde working a little bit slower this inning between pitches. First base coach right there, Kevin Kananovitz.
And Velarde comes over to first. Sino right on the bag. Comes home and misses low. Sino breaks for second. Devlin's throw, not in time. He one-hopped it to the shortstop, Kent Speedy. And so Jim Sino is in with the stolen base. Helped out a bit by a pitch that Devlin had trouble handling.
And Devlin wants to talk to Velarde for just a second. So settle down, no problem.
I think we can give Sino credit for the stolen base. And there he is, runner at second. Nobody down. Kirby looking for something he can handle right here. Takes ball 4 low, and Velarde has hit a batter and walked a batter here in the top of the 4th to put runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
Second walk given up by Velarde.
That's going to bring together the Indians infield for a little strategy talk right here. 2 on, nobody out. The number 5 hitter, Mike Riccardi, due up, and Riccardi, a 400 hitter with 18 RBIs and 2 home runs, including a home run in that victory over Manasquan in the quarterfinals.
Obviously, Kenny Frank really not doing too much talk about pitching of Velarde. He's more concerned with what they're going to do in case of a bunt, who's going to cover where, does the third baseman charge. You can see excellent crowd on hand here. Stadium baseball, similar to stadium golf, where they build these new golf courses with mounds behind the greens for natural seating locations. That's just what they've done here. And you don't need a whole lot of bleachers. You just pull up your chair or stand up on the mound around the field and enjoy the baseball game. This is the Walt Township Municipal Complex. And the Candyman is here. He's always making friends with the men in blue, the police officers from Walt Township. And, of course, Walt Township officers not wearing blue. But the Candyman wearing his TV 34 jacket, Tom Kelleher, Mr. Ocean County. He tossed up a piece of gum to me that I caught, threw up a piece of candy, a Jolly Rancher. It bounced off my stone hands, and he gave me the wave and said, "That's it for you," and he took off.
That's an E. 1st and 2nd with Riccardi up and nobody out. Mike Riccardi playing center field for the Toms River North Mariners tonight. Also a fine pitcher. We'll give you those numbers in a minute. He pops Velarde's first pitch up foul and out of play for strike 1. That scattered some people. Riccardi on the hill this year for the Mariners was 8-3 with 102 strikeouts and 75 innings, a 1.48 ERA. So talk about someone who could do it in the field and on the mound, Mike Riccardi. 8-3 on the hill.
Yeah, Riccardi's a real fine athlete and a great baseball player. Had a couple of injuries this season, but he's hung in there.
Velarde steps off. First baseman Todd Kazanowski playing behind the runner. Shortstop and second base looking for 2. Pickoff throw to second. Speedy ran in behind the runner, Sino, but Sino able to dive back in time.
Well, the old pickoff play, it looks great if it works, but it's always a dangerous maneuver.
Riccardi puts down the bunt. The runners move up. Velarde fires to Kazanowski for the out at first. As Sino moves over to third base, Kirby goes to second, and Mike Riccardi does his job. Sacrifice bunt, 1-3. Nice job by Velarde to get off the mound and make the play over to Kazanowski.
Well, Velarde's going to think about this one now. Hyman stepping up, hit the 2-run homer. Is he going to put him on?
Second and third, 1 out. Looks like Hyman with the 2-run blast in the 2nd inning. And Velarde misses high. 1-0. One-0 pitch is a called strike.
Well, the catcher, Jeff Devlin, is giving Velarde a target way to the outside part of the plate. I'm sure he's saying, you know, we don't want to groove anything.
And Frank certainly knows what Andy Hyman did his previous trip up.
Going against the book just a little bit here and not putting him on.
Throw to second. Velarde bounced it short of the second base bag, and Ken Speedy breaking over for the bag, concerned about the runner out there. Guy up at the plate took you deep the last time. I don't know.
And staying at third was Sino. He never even made any move towards home.
This one popped foul, drifting out of play. Right now, you don't want to be the guy on base who louses up a potential big inning. Sino was sticking close to the bag on that pickoff move that nearly went awry. Velarde misses high. Working very carefully to the right fielder, Andy Hyman, who drove one over the left field fence for a 2-run homer in the second inning. North leads 2-1 here in the top of the fourth.
Infield halfway in.
Breaking pitch just missing inside.
Well, that was close, and Andy Hyman breathed a sigh of relief because he just hung and kind of looked back at Tom Pegut, half expecting perhaps that strike call.
Left-hander delivers. This one is popped up towards first base. Kazanowski makes the catch in foul territory and runs it back in as the runners have to hold up. So Hyman pops out to Kazanowski in foul territory, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Vin Manassi.
So Coach Kenny Frank showing confidence in Velarde, let him pitch to Hyman, and they got him on the foul pop-up.
Now Velarde can work to Manassi, the number 7 hitter. Ken Frank telling his club 2 down. Runners at second and third. North at bat with a 2-1 lead. Strike one. Velarde is going to go right after Manassi. Heads up pitcher knows he's heading into the bottom third of the lineup.
Good heat by Velarde, but I like the way Manassi went after it. No hesitation. Gave it a good rip. Came up empty on that one.
Strike 2.
Didn't look so good on that one. I don't think Manassi was ready.
Runners at second and third, 2 down. Manassi looking for a couple of RBIs. Velarde looking to get out of the inning. 0-2 the count to the second baseman, Vin Manassi. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. Infield back, runners at second and third. Very short leads by both the runners. 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2. Boy, Velarde does not want to lose Manassi.
Of course, you have to be careful also of the wild pitch. Chris Pegut had the bases loaded, nobody out, and threw a wild pitch to allow 1 run to score.
Fisted foul down the right field line by Manassi. Got around on that pitch and made some contact.
And with the screen a pretty good distance away behind the catcher, anything that gets past the catcher, you can expect the runner to come motoring down.
2 on, 2 out. 2-1 North lead. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Velarde strikes out Manassi for the second time tonight. Velarde now with 7 strikeouts.
These guys like to make it dramatic, don't they?
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base in the middle of the 4th inning. Short conference final, 2-1 North. Toms River South still finds itself down by a run. 2-1 North lead as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Tony Graham, the Asbury Park Press right there with his back to us, along with Paul McLaughlin, the head coach of Brookdale College in the middle. And some of the other guys from Brookdale. What a job Coach McLaughlin has done at Brookdale. They are really, truly a national power.
Outstanding job at the Lincroft School. I'm sure Coach McLaughlin is checking out some players tonight.
What a job by Tony Graham year in and year out, too.
Covering the high school sports scene. Ushak, Velarde, and Kazanowski due up for Toms River South in the bottom of the 4th inning. Chris Pegut remains on the hill for the Toms River North Mariners.
It's been a terrific high school baseball season, and hard to believe it's almost over already. Real good coverage by the Asbury Park Press. We talk about Tony Graham. Nice to see that the kids are getting all the notoriety, and of course it all culminates in activities such as this, and they get an opportunity to come out and show their stuff in great facilities, and you can see that the people respond. We've got a terrific crowd on hand tonight and seeing some great high school baseball.
Peto starts Ushak off with a fastball, and Ushak rips it foul down the left field line. Bill Ushak has reached on a single and scored in the second.
We don't get the opportunity to see too many of the Toms River schools in action, but we certainly are enjoying the baseball being played tonight. And we had a great spring. We had Toms River East on. We were able to cover about 20 high school baseball games throughout the spring. So it's been another banner high school athletic season for sure. And TV 34 is real happy to be there.
0-2 count to Ushak. Going to the count to the cleanup hitter, Bill Ushak. Peto looking for a sign he likes from Sino. Got something. Smacked back up the middle and through for a base hit. Ushak slipped as he neared first base. Went down, but looks to be all right. A single up the middle for the cleanup hitter, Bill Ushak. Third hit off Peto.
Well, we mentioned this is about the wrap-up of the high school sports season. As we take a look at the replay, it'd be slapped right up the middle. Peto falling off the mound toward first base past the diving Scott Keller. And this one wraps up our Shore Conference coverage. We were real happy to be able to cover the Shore Conference girls soccer final, the Shore Conference girls softball game. Middletown South coming away with the victory in the softball, Middletown North in the soccer. And right now it's going to be Toms River North or Toms River South coming away with the baseball championship.
Rod Velarde at the plate takes strike one. Ushak, the runner at first with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Ushak being held on by Brian Kirby. He represents the tying run as Toms River South trails 2-1. 0-1 pitch to Velarde, squares to bunt, gets it down. Ushak is already at second. The throw to first high and not in time.
Leotti came up with it, but pulled Kirby off the bag, and that's the result. Runners at first and second. That'll go as an error. Sacrifice and an error.
Velarde gets the sacrifice. The error allows him to reach first.
Here's the replay right there, and you can see it. Just pulled him off the bag, and Velarde with good effort hustling down the line. Kenny Frank's team has something going here.
Pinch runner in the game for Velarde, number 43, Rob Gleeman. So Gleeman pinch running for Velarde, the pitcher at first base. First and second with nobody down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Todd Kazanowski up at the plate for the Indians. That one is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Kazanowski. There's Rob Gleeman, the pinch runner at first base. Held on by Kirby. Shortstop Scott Keller leaving a big hole between short and third as he tries to cheat over towards second. Trying to hold Ushak close. The bunt is down, it's foul. So Ken Frank asking Kazanowski to sacrifice. He got it down, but it rolled foul.
In that second inning, when Toms River South was able to get bases loaded and nobody out, Ken Frank elected not to go with the bunt. Just changed the strategy up a little bit in this inning. Velarde bunting. Now he's got Kazanowski trying to lay it down.
There's Ken Frank. Down the third base box.
One-run game, why not?
Drive it the other way.
And the Toms River North defense has looked a little bit shaky when they've been forced to throw it around under pressure.
Big hole on the left side of the infield.
Well, we just had the first error on the bunt, the sacrifice in the bunt. So Kenny Frank, I'm sure, just trying to say, let's see what they can do. Let's get them to throw it around.
Come on, Todd,
Not a bad strategy either, particularly when you have kids who can get the bunt down.
Ushak at second, Gleeman at first, and Kazanowski at the plate. Sino bluffs a throw down the first. First baseman Brian Kirby was about 12 feet in front of the bag after charging for a possible bunt. There's Sino behind the plate. 2-1 the count to Kazanowski. Swung on and missed.
Nice off-speed pitch, just took a little bit off of it.
Kazanowski becomes the 7th strikeout victim for Chris Peto.
A little bit of wind starting to kick up. Awful tough when you try to move them along and you don't, and those kind of things can come back to haunt you. Kazanowski tried to get the bunt down.
Here's Steve Kruger. Swung on and missed, strike one.
Jimmy Sino just fired it back at Peto and hurt Peto's hand. He just kind of pulled the glove away. Keeps his pitcher in the game, doesn't he?
Keeps him awake out there, that's for sure. 0-1 count to Kruger. Swung on and missed, strike two. Going back to the strikeout by Kazanowski and not moving the runners over. Now, if they get him to third with 2 down, of course, you lose the possibility of the sac fly. So a very big strikeout for Peto, getting Kazanowski. And now ahead of Kruger, 0-2. 7 strikeouts for Chris Peto. There's the story.
Just can't keep getting in jams against a team like Toms River South.
1-2. First baseman Kirby out of the picture and not holding Gleeman on.
There's Peto backing off again, takes his hand out of the glove. When Sino gets the pitch where he wants it, he lobs it back. If it's a little bit off the line, you pay.
1-2 the count to Steve Kruger. Foul tip got away from Sino, just popped out of the glove.
And that one shook up Tommy Pegut, the plate umpire. And he's got that equipment on now. I remember a story a number of years ago. He was umpiring a sub-varsity game. He stepped behind home plate. We've told it before, but he stepped behind for the first pitch without his mask on. And we managed to hold up the game till he had it on. Good thing he's got the equipment on tonight. Peto can bring it.
Bluff throw to second, Ushak.
A half-hearted attempt. Peto didn't really want to whirl and fire.
I heard a couple of his teammates try to coerce him into throwing a second.
Too many times it ends up out in center field.
Yeah, don't want to put the runner at third here with 1 out. Chopper down to third, to second for 1. Relay not in time as Liati fielded it and forced Gleeman at second. That'll put runners at the corners.
Gleeman with a good hard slide to delay that pivot to first base. Ushak moved on to third.
Force went 5-4. Liati to Manasseh. And now it'll be number 42, Dan Narozniak, up with 2 down.
Well, that's just the situation you mentioned earlier when Toms River South was unable to get the bunt down to move the runners up. Now they've got the man at third, but he's got 2 down instead of less than 2, and it takes away that sac fly and chances of the squeeze play. It's a lot tougher to try to squeeze a run in when you're bunting for a base hit.
Tying run is at third base. The person of Bill Ushak, 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. And Dan Narozniak up facing Chris Peto. Narozniak 0 for 1, struck out in the second.
Hold the game up. I dropped my pencil off the truck.
Not waiting for you. Low, ball 1. Narozniak, the second of 3 players who struck out back in the second when Peto had bases loaded, nobody out. He got Kruger and Narozniak, then delivered a wild pitch that let 1 run score. Missing low, 2-0.
Peto wanted that one. Sharp breaking ball.
First and third, 2 down, 2-0 to Narozniak. And he misses high, 3-0.
Pegut has worked from behind the hitters all night. He manages to come back.
Chris Taylor waits on deck, hoping to get a chance with some runners on base. And he will get that chance as Narozniak walks to load the bases. Second walk issued by Chris Pegut. At second base, Steve Kruger, he reached on a fielder's choice. Over at third base, Bill Ushak, who singled to lead off the inning. And Jim Sino out to the mound for a couple of words with his pitcher, Chris Pegut. Bases loaded, 2 down. And the number 9 hitter, Chris Taylor, due up. So Chris is going to get his chance with the bases loaded. The tie-in run at third.
Second time Taylor's been up with the bases loaded and 2 down. First time up, he struck out, but on one of those pitches, there was a wild pitch that enabled a run to score.
Off-speed pitch, 0-1.
So mixed emotions, I'm sure, by Taylor. He had bases loaded. I'm sure he wishes he could have come through with the hit, but they did manage to get 1 run in. Now he's got another chance at it, see if he can take a little better advantage of it.
1-strike pitch. He went around, and Sino with an outstanding block.
He's tough back there.
0-2. So a good play on the catching end by Jim Sino.
Almost an instant replay of the last time.
Yeah.
Ahead in the count and wild pitch it. Sino coming up big on that. Now it really challenges the confidence of Pegut because he doesn't want to be too cautious and afraid to throw it away. He just has to come at him.
0-2 pitch, high. One and 2 the count to the number 9 hitter, Chris Taylor. Bases loaded, 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2.
Pegut coming with the breaking ball, trying to get Taylor to wave at something outside of the strike zone. 2-2, I think we'll see some heat right now.
Pegut working with a 2-1 lead, trying to get out of a jam. 2-2 pitch. High, 3-2. And nowhere to put Chris Taylor. Pegut certainly does not want to lose Taylor and go back to the top of the order to Kent Speedy, who's only hit in 15 straight games.
He was 3-0 to Kruger with the bases loaded, and he came back to strike him out.
Runners in motion, payoff pitch. He struck him out to end the inning and leave the bases loaded.
What a job by Pegut, I'll tell you.
Strikeout number 8 as Taylor goes down in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 men left on base. North protecting that 2-1 lead. Standing ball game, the short conference tournament championship game. Toms River North leading Toms River South 2-1. Rod Velarde on the mound facing Frank Liotti. That's a called strike.
Keep in mind that Velarde has only given up 1 hit, and that was a 2-run home run by Andy Hyman in the 2nd inning.
Strike 2. 1-2 the count to Liotti. Velarde missing high. Through 4 innings, Velarde has allowed 2 runs, 1 hit, as Bob Lampinen just said, the home run to Hyman. 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strikeout number 8 for Rod Velarde as Frank Liotti went around, strikes out to lead off the top of the 5th. We mentioned earlier that Rod Velarde gained a lot of notoriety statewide back in April when he pitched 3 consecutive no-hitters as he starts number 9 hitter Tony Murado off with a breaking pitch, 1-0 to Murado. On April 13th, Velarde no-hit Monsignor Donovan, 2-0. Score in that one was 10-1, a 10-1 no-hitter over Monsignor Donovan. He struck out 14 and walked 2. That was on April the 13th. 6 days later, he came back against Brick Memorial. 2-0 pitch to Murata is in there for a strike. 2-1 the count to the number 9 hitter, Tony Murado. On April the 19th, Velarde no-hit Brick Memorial 25-0. That is correct. Oh, what a pitch on the inside corner, 2-2. In that game, Velarde had 10 strikeouts, 2 walks, and get this, Bob, 5 hits.
Not a bad day's work.
So that was April the 19th.
Can you imagine trying to hit against Velarde in early April?
Yep. Then he came back 7 days later. Give you the details on that third no-hitter right after this pitch. 2-2 pitch to Murado. Swung on and missed. Goodbye. Strikeout number 9 for Rod Velarde. On April the 26th, going for his 3rd consecutive no-hitter, he blanked Southern Regional 9-0. 8 strikeouts and 1 walk. Rod Velarde, 3 consecutive no-hitters. You might be wondering what happened in the next game. Give it to you in a second. Chris Pegut hits with 2 down here in the top of the 5th, takes ball 1. Velarde made his next start on May the 3rd against Jackson. Swung on and missed by Pegut, 1-1. Pitched 3 more innings of no-hit ball, and finally, Jackson's Chris Matuska singled to break up the no-hit streak that had gone 3 games in 3 innings, 24 consecutive innings with no hits by Velarde. He went on to win that game against Jackson 4-0. Perhaps some lights outside the field. Not sure if that's what the problem is right now.
What was it, Dad?
Heard somebody say put some sunglasses on.
Problem seems to be all right. John Garabrandt down at third base. Might have had a problem with some of the lights, but we're ready to roll. 1-1 the count to Chris Pegut. So Rod Velarde with a streak that was just unbelievable back at the start of this year. Swung on and missed 1 and 2. Velarde making a bid to strike out the side here in the 5th. He's already got Liotti and Murado. And now the count 1 and 2 on Chris Pegut. 1-2 pitch. Got him. Velarde strikes out the side and makes it look easy in the top of the 5th inning. 10 strikeouts for Rod Velarde. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. In the middle of the 5th inning, Toms River North leads 2-1.
Player, a full-time fan, or a little bit of both, you can suit up in style today in your favorite collegiate and professional teamwear. And remember, RKE is the tops in customized lettering for teams and organizations. That's RKE Athletic in Belmar, and now on Route 9 in Freehold.
Toms River North with a 2-1 lead as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning in the Shore Conference Tournament Championship game at the Wall Municipal Complex. Top of the order coming up, Kent Speedy, John Garabrandt, and Matt Cotton. Chris Pegut remains on the mound for Toms River North, making its first appearance in a Shore Conference Tournament Championship game.
Kent Speedy right there, and you love to have that kind of speed at the top of the order, and he almost beat one out in the 1st inning, a slow ground ball to 3rd, and he exploded down the line. Speedy thought that he had speedily beaten it out, but the umpire said, no, you're not quick enough, son. He banged him out.
0-2 on the evening as the Indians try to come back from a 1-run deficit. Pegut misses low, 1-0. Toms River North playing in its first Short Conference Tournament Championship game. 22-6 on the season, 13-1 to win the Short Conference A South Division. There's a base hit, 16 games in a row for Kent Speedy as he extends the hitting streak with a single right up the middle. Base hit number 4 for the Indians.
Kent Speedy with the beautiful hitting that time. Perfect leadoff type stroke. Just stayed with it, kept his head right on it. Didn't overswing, just snapped the bat through and drilled it up the middle.
16 games in a row, and that brings the Indians to their feet. Tying run on at first in the bottom of the 5th. John Garabrandt lays down a bunt. Look at that one. It was hit in fair territory, and everybody's safe. The third baseman, Liotti, put a glove on it. Oh, what a bunt by Garabrandt. It hugged the line.
Well, Liotti thought it might trickle foul, and at the last second, it just kind of started to come back, so not much he could do. That'll go as a base hit. In the last inning, Toms River South could not move the runners over in a similar situation. See what they try to do here.
Watch this hug the line. Just look at the way this ball rolls down there.
It looks like it's going. I don't know, that may have gone foul had he let it go. Pretty tough call for the third baseman, Frank Liotti.
So Garabrandt at first, Speedy at second, and the meat of the order coming up. Matt Cotton, the number 3 hitter. 25 RBIs this season for Cotton.
How often?
At first and second.
I'm sorry, Mark. How often can Peto continue to dodge the bullet?
This one popped foul out of play. 0-1.
Well, you got your number 3 hitter up there. It didn't look like Cotton was even thinking bunt. Go 3, 4, 5 due up next.
Toms River South won the Short Conference Tournament back in '83. First baseman Kirby playing a step or two in front of the runner. Squares to bunt, he went through, gun to second.
Whoa.
And what a throw by Sino. He was trying to pick off Kent Speedy.
He had him if it was on the shortstop side of the bag. And I said that Cotton wasn't thinking bunt on the first one. He was thinking it on the second one.
What a gun by Sino.
So often fate has it. You miss the bunt, and then the next pitch you drill. Missed that time.
Yep. Cotton goes down swinging. Strikeout number 9 for Chris Peto.
Boy, I'm impressed with both pitchers, Peto and Velarde. Tony Graham just informed us that there is a scout from Seton Hall University with the gun on these two pitchers here tonight, and both pitchers have been clocked at 84 miles an hour. Pretty good speed for a high school kid.
So Peto once again trying to work out of a jam. First and second now, 1 down with cleanup hitter Bill Ushak at the plate. Ushak with a couple of singles and a run scored. Swung on and missed. Boy, that pitch dropped right at the plate.
Yeah, he had Ushak just out a little bit. Ushak tried to hold back and then went after it. Good delivery by Peto. Sino encouraging his pitcher. Great excitement. I'm loving this. This is a good game.
0-1 pitch. Put on the ground. Diving stop by the shortstop Keller, but he can't make a play, and Ushak is his third base hit of the night, and the bases are loaded.
Keller couldn't make a play, but he saved a run. Time is called.
Maybe that in itself is making a play.
No doubt about it.
Bases loaded, 1 down, and Rod Velarde coming up to the plate. North infield talking things over, and Coach Steve Hill is going to come out to the mound and get in on this strategy session as well. There's Steve Hill wearing 00. 2-1, Toms River North lead in the Short Conference Tournament Championship game under the lights at the beautiful Wall Township Municipal Complex.
Third time in the game that Toms River South has had the bases loaded. This time they have 1 out. They had it with none out, and they had it with 1 out previously, only able to get 1 run across. And the law of averages piling up against Toms River North right now. And Velarde has already shown that he can put the ball down on the bunt. Kenny Frank, decision time now. Does he want to just try to tie it up with this hitter or go for all of it? Velarde has not been stroking the ball real well lately, but we also know that he's a winner. And winners come through in clutch situations. So this is getting interesting now. The infield's staying back.
Pegut and Velarde squaring off. Kirby comes home, and he missed the plate. Cino missed the plate, and the run scores to tie it up. Yeah, Cino looked like he was a step in front of the plate, and that's what the home plate umpire said. Kent Speedy scores the tying run, and the bases remain loaded.
And I think Cino knew it the way that he reacted. He almost turned and put a tag on him and decided not to, and Tom Pegut was right on it, had a perfect view, and explaining it right there. That's a tough break for Toms River North. They got Velarde to hit it on the ground to the first baseman, Kirby, and he came home with it. And unfortunately for Toms River North, Cino just off the plate.
So the bases remain loaded with 1 out, and Todd Kazanowski at the plate. 4 singles in this inning have produced the tying run. 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th. He puts it up. Pegut catches it, goes to third, but it gets away. Garabran is going to tag and score the go-ahead run. So Chris Pegut, who made the play on the bunt attempt by Kazanowski, throws it away, and Garabrandt comes in with the go-ahead run to make it 3-2.
Unbelievable, and Garabrandt smartly sprinted back, probably figuring he was going to be doubled up, but we mentioned that Toms River North had looked a little bit shaky, and that time they threw it away. They had the double play right there. And,
third error of the game on the Mariners. Runners at first and second, and 2 down. Here's a look at it. Kazanowski tried to bunt, popped it up. Pegut fielded it, but threw it away. Garabrandt tags at third and scores without a throw. And how big is that missed force play at the plate?
huge at this point.
First and second, 2 out. Runners going. The peg to third. Not in time. The ball popping out of the glove of Frank Liotti, and the runners move up on the double steal.
Well, Liotti showed me something. The throw was in the dirt, and Liotti almost came up with a great catch and a tag there. Cino came up throwing, but just threw that one a little bit short.
The hitter is Steve Kruger.
This is where Toms River South is so tough. Ken Frank seizes on opportunities like this and just tries to pounce on a team when they have them a little bit rattled.
2 runs on 4 hits and an error have given Toms River South a 3-2 lead in the championship game of the Shore Conference Tournament. 3-0.
On that play at first, Mark, I think we had a situation where it's a fielder's choice for Velarde for the batter, and then the error on Cino for not stepping on home plate. So they've done it with 3 base hits so far and that fielder's choice and a couple of errors.
Right.
Bottom line is they've done it.
Pitch to Kruger is in there for a strike, 3-1.
Pegut showing me good composure, though. He just keeps coming back.
Fly ball out to center field. Riccardi with a great catch to end the inning. Mike Riccardi saving a couple of runs with a diving catch of the sinking Bloop Off the bat of Steve Kruger. Here's a replay of it. Keep your eye on the center fielder, Riccardi, coming and making the catch.
Again, a terrific jump on it, and that's the key to it.
The Indians come up with a couple of runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. They left 2, but take the lead at the end of 5. 3-2 and back right after this.
The shortstop due up following Keller, Sino, and Kirby. Velarde has the lead once again. And that pitch taken for a ball, so Rod Velarde hung in there, gave up the 2-run home run, and his team was trailing, but now they've come back. Had the bases loaded a couple of times, finally pushed across a few runs. That one swung on and missed. Good heat by Velarde right there. So Toms River South leading it 3-2. We are in the top of the 6th inning. They're playing for the championship of the Shore Conference. Bob Lampkin and Mark Rossman with you. Oh man, that was close. Keller leading it off here in the 6th. Velarde delivers. Swung on and missed. And they'll sit him down. Strikeout number 11 for Rod Velarde. He's gotten Keller 3 times tonight.
5 straight strikeouts for Velarde.
That's right, he closed out the 4th with 1, struck out the side in the 5th, and gets out number 1 here in the 6th. Now it'll be up to Sino. And Velarde's in a groove right now. Jim Sino, the catcher, facing Rod Velarde with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Sino 0 for 1, got hit in the shoulder in the 4th. Snaps that one foul off the screen.
Now, Mariners right now a little over anxious. That pitch was up around the eyes. They're so anxious up there to try to get a pitch that they can hit that swinging at some of those high pitches is just helping Velarde out.
Well, not only is it discouraging when you have the lead and you give up the 3 runs, but just kind of the way that the 3 runs were given up.
Wild pitch and 2 errors.
That unsettles you for sure. And that one way out of the strike zone. Velarde's pumped up too.
Toms River South with a run on the wild pitch in the 2nd and 2 runs on 2 errors in the 5th.
He got him. Velarde is on fire. Strikes out the 2nd man in a row here in the 6th. 6 in a row. Big K's in the scorebook. And that's strikeout number 12 in the game for Velarde. 2 down now in the 6th. And Brian Kirby, the hitter.
Velarde had 14 strikeouts in his no-hitter over Monsignor Donovan.
Oh, he's been throwing all heat. Decides to tantalize a little bit with something off speed and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Brian Kirby 0 for 1 and a walk. And there's some heat in there for called strike 1. 1-1 the count, 2 down. Toms River South leading at 3-2.
Every Toms River North hitter, I'll get it, except 2.
About time you finally messed up. I'm the one who normally does that. Slow bouncer. Is it going to trickle foul? Fair ball. It's a base hit. Nothing that Garabrand could do on that one. Just hope that it would trickle foul, and he tried to slap it as soon as it went what he thought was over the line. The line's been erased, and Dave Vivino had his nose right in on that play. That's an infield base hit for Kirby. He'll take it. 2nd base hit given up by Velarde. Watch it again. Watch the 3rd baseman, Garabrand. Watches. As soon as it goes away from the line, yeah, I'll slap it. Maybe he didn't see it. Vivino was right there. First pitch called strike to Mike Riccardi, the center fielder.
Yeah, he's one of the 2, along with Hyman, who have not K'd yet.
A walk and a sacrifice. Riccardi scored in front of the 2-run home run by Hyman. That one down low.
A tying run on it first, 2 down. Number 5 hitter at the plate. This
Kirby the runner.
This is the time to make some hay.
And that one blown away. So Velarde cruising along, struck out the first 2 here in the 6th. Struck out 6 successive hitters. Situation now with 2 down, a runner at first, and Kirby. And hit right to the third baseman. He'll go to second for the force. No, he won't. They throw it away right through the glove of Kruger. And I'll tell you, you never would expect that one. It looked like an easy play. And Kruger just missed it, and moving on to third base was Kirby. And on at first is Riccardi on the error. You never know, and the fans cheering away. Toms River North faithful here. Toms River North and Toms River South. And don't think the fact that they're from the same school district and intense crosstown rivals, don't think that that doesn't mean something special to each team. Forgetting the Shore Conference Championship for a second, anytime these guys play against each other, it's for blood. A little huddle on the mound now.
This is going to be a big at-bat for Andy Hyman. The tying run is at third base. If Hyman cannot bring him in and makes the third out, Velarde would get a chance to come back in the 7th, facing the bottom of the order, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. So a huge at-bat right here for the right fielder, Andy Hyman, who has hit a 2-run homer and popped out to first, as the Mariners try to come back from a 3-2 deficit. Velarde gets him here. He's going to be set up for a good inning in the 7th.
Hyman popped out to first the last time up. We have 2 down here in the 6th, 2 strikeouts to start it off. Runners at the corners. Toms River South on top, 3-2. Andy Hyman, the hitter, has already put one out of here tonight. This one hit on the ground. Garabrand goes to second for the force, and they get him. Garabrand took his time and almost lobbed it to Kruger to be sure on that one.
Yeah, nasty little slide by Riccardi in the second base, too.
But a big out for Toms River South. We'll take a break. That's the story. It's 3-2. We're coming back.
Call now and you can have 13 weeks of the Wall Street Journal and this valuable 120-page guide to understanding money and markets. That's 13 weeks of the Journal for the news.
6th inning, Toms River South on top of Toms River North. Narozniak the hitter. Pegut still on the mound for Toms River North. Timeout is called. Following Narozniak, due up Taylor and Speedy. And that one swung on and missed. So it's 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order for Toms River South here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pegut delivers, good bunt. Pegut off the line quickly, has to gun it to first. And they get him for out number 1. So they tried to get the leadoff hitter aboard with the bunt, and Toms River North made the play. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Chris Taylor. Taylor, a tough night, 0 for 2. Both times he was up with the bases loaded and 2 down. And he squares the bunt, going after it for strike 1. Pegut on the mound has struck out 8 and walked 2, make it 9 strikeouts. This one low and away, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Concentration on the face of Taylor. Here comes the pitch. Catches the corner for strike 2. So Chris Pegut certainly done some job tonight, Mark. Gotten out of a number of jams, bases loaded 3 different times. South finally took semi-advantage the last time. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. That's strike 3. Down goes Taylor.
10 strikeouts for Chris Pegut, who brought an 8-1 record into the game. Finds himself down by a run here in the bottom of the 6th, just trying to get out of it and give his club a chance to come back in the top of the 7th.
Well, looking ahead to the top of the 7th for Toms River North, they'll have 7, 8, and 9. Manassi, Liotti, and Moretto due up. And that one swung on and missed. It's the top of the order now. And Kent Speedy.
I think Velarde's going to be a little bit pumped up in the top of the 7th.
I think so. He'll come out firing. But really, both pitchers have really done a good job tonight. That one in the dirt back to the screen. 2 down, top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, that is. Toms River South leading at 3-2. Intense game for sure. You can see it on a couple of hard slides. But right now, Pegut trying to set down the Indians to move into that 7th inning. Toms River North trailing it by 1. Fouled back into the screen.
A couple of unbelievable plays let the tying and go-ahead run score in the bottom of the 5th for the Indians. A potential forced play at the plate with bases loaded, and the catcher missed the plate. That let the tie-in run score. And then after Pegut fielded a attempted bunt off the bat of Kazanowski and attempted to double a runner up at third, he threw it away, and Garabrand tagged up.
That's roped up the middle, base hit. So Speedy now 2 for 4. And that's hit number 7 in the game for Toms River South. And that'll bring up Garabrand, the third baseman, with 2 down here in the 6th.
Garabrand was on third when Kazanowski tried to bunt. Pegut caught it, threw it away as he tried to double up Garabrand. Garabrand tagged up and came home with the go-ahead run.
Kirby will hold Speedy close. We've already seen the speed, and this might be a good time to try to move Speedy over to second with Garabrand up there. Garabrand 2 for 3 on the night, a single in the 1st, single in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd. There he goes, and threw for a base hit, so the hit and run works to perfection. Speedy's going to move on to 3rd. The throw comes all the way across. It's not cut off. And with 2 down, Toms River South looking for some insurance. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Garabrand coming through on a hit and run. Watch Speedy here on the replay of the isolation. He's off to the races on the pitch.
Sees it go through and puts his head down, heads for 3rd.
Dives in there.
There's Kent Speedy at 3rd base. Garabrand is over at 1st with 2 down. And Matt Cotton due up.
Cotton, a number 3 hitter in the Toms River South batting order. Struck out twice and flew out to center field. Hit a line shot to the center fielder, Riccardi. So runners at the corners, 2 down. In there for called strike 1. Ken Frank flashing signs down at 3rd.
Indians with 8 hits off Chris Pegut.
Pegut set down the first 2 hitters of the inning, then had a single by Speedy and a single by Garabrand. And that one swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Cotton was tied up on that one.
4 errors in the game by the Mariners, 3 of which have led directly to all of the Toms River South runs.
Oh, 2 down. Runners at the corners. Toms River South leading at 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Matt Cotton, the hitter. Pegut checks the sign and delivers. This would hit on the ground, but right back to Pegut. flips over to Kirby, and that'll do it. Toms River South threatens, but they can't deliver. And they'll head into the 7th inning. And Toms River South, between every inning, the bench players take a quick jog down the right field line to stay into the game. Rest of the players go out to warm up. Toms River South, they'll have to play defense. Toms River North will get one more shot at the tough Rod Velarde. North trails at 3-2, and this could be the last half inning of our TV 34 season coming up next.
All right, fellas, the dinners have all been prepared. We're ready to shoot the commercial. We've got lasagna, linguine white clam, seafood marinara, chicken franchise, veal piccata, and don't forget to get a great shot of our delicious pizza.
All right, quiet on the set.
Squan Tavern, take one.
Ready, action.
Hey, fellas, what about my commercial?
Squan Tavern, molto bene.
When your appetite starts speaking Italian, it's time for Squan Tavern. Squan Tavern, Broad Street in Manasquan. It's so good.
Toms River South Indians 3 outs away from capturing the Shore Conference Championship. They lead Toms River North 3-2. 3 runs, 8 hits for South, 2 runs on only 2 hits for North. 4 errors by Toms River North has really been the story. Chris Pegut and Rod Velarde have really come out here and performed very, very well on the mound for both teams. And going into the top of the 7th inning, it's going to be 7, 8, and 9 for Toms River North. Vinny Manassi, Frank Liotti, and the designated hitter, Tony Murato.
The line on Velarde through 6 innings. Velarde has allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts.
Typical numbers for Velarde. So here we go, top of the 7th. Last chance for Toms River North. Vinny Manassi steps in, he's 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts.
And the bottom 3 hitters, Manassi, Liotti, and Murato, have had 6 at-bats against Velarde tonight. Those 6 at-bats have produced 5 strikeouts and a popper.
Velarde ahead in the count, 0-1. That one up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Manassi leading it off here for Toms River North in the 7th inning. North picking up both of their runs in the 2nd inning on a 2-run home run by Hyman.
Have to try to take a couple of pitches here.
Toms River North teammates all hanging on that fence. Strike 2. Velarde is pumped. And the identical situation for Toms River South. They are all up and cheering. A 1-2 pitch on the way. They struck him out. One down in the 7th. Strikeout number 13 for Velarde. They can't wait to see Velarde retire the next 2 hitters. They want to run out there, the guys from Toms River South. Off-speed pitch, strike 1 to the number 8 hitter, Frank Liotti. Liotti popped out to the second baseman in the 2nd and struck out in the 5th. Strike 2, the high, hard one.
6 pitches, 5 strikes so far this inning for Velarde. He doesn't waste a lot of pitches out there.
Well, that one out of the strike zone, but Liotti went after it. There's the 0-2 pitch. He got him. Yes, he did. Tommy Pegut looking down to base umpire Dick Woolf for some help on that one. Woolf punched him out, and there's 2 down. 14 strikeouts. And Rod Velarde 1 out away from locking this one up. And it's going to be up to the designated hitter, Tony Murato.
I think we have a pinch hitter coming in the game.
Okay, it is a pinch hitter. Mark Rossman scampering through the rosters.
That is Glenn Gorga, number 25, a junior. Glenn Gorga.
Okay, so Gorga looking to try to keep it alive for Toms River North. Tough spot for Gorga. Step in here in the finals of the Shore Conference. First time up facing Velarde. 2 down. That one misses, ball 1. Constant chatter now. If you're a Toms River South fan, you're really excited. If you're a Toms River North fan, you're just hoping to get somebody aboard. Strike 1. You can almost let the fans umpire. You can hear by their reaction what the call is. 1-1 the count, 2 down. 7th inning, Toms River South leading it 3-2. That one just missed. 2-1. Toms River South Indians, what a tradition and what a season for Toms River North. North with 22 wins on the season, the most victories they have ever had. Velarde delivers. Strike 2 the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 2 down, 7th inning. Velarde needs 1 more K. He's set down 14 Mariners so far on strikes. Glenn Gorga, the pinch hitter. Velarde winds and deals. Here comes a pitch. And you heard the crowd as they moan. Oh. Velarde on the mound looking for 1 more strike. Here comes the pitch. He got him, a called strike 3. Gorga didn't believe it, and that's it. Called out on strikes. Toms River South wins the Shore Conference overall championship. Final score 3-2. 15 strikeouts by Rod Velarde. 10 strikeouts chalked up by Chris Pegut, the Toms River North pitcher. What a game and what a rivalry between these two clubs. I'll tell you, 2 high schools located in Toms River South. And let's not leave Toms River East out of the picture. When they play either one of them, it's just as intense. So the 2 teams had split earlier in the season. North winning the first game, South coming back to win the second. And the rubber match captured by Toms River South. They pick up 1 run in the second inning and 2 more in the 5th. And Mark, we talked about the way that Toms River South got their 2 runs. A strange situation, a possible force out at the plate, and they had him dead, and Sino just missed it. Here's the last pitch of the game again. Velarde. It's a full count, of course. Gets the call. Not too much emotion there. A lot of emotion right there. I don't know, I've talked about it before, Mark. I love professional sports and all, but there's nothing like a real good high school game as far as I'm concerned. All these fans traveling up the Parkway from Toms River. I'm sure a lot of other fans from the area came, but the Toms River fans really supported it. And just this site and all just added so much, I think, to the overall complexion of the game. This complex, just a super place to play. I feel like going out now. You want to throw some BP to me for a while?
Yeah, I know you'd like to take a few hacks at that. What a gem of a game. Toms River South wins it 3-2. Ken Frank's club completes the season with a record of 25 wins and 4 losses. 25-4. Steve Hill's club from Toms River North winds up with 22 wins, a school record, and 7 losses. The final line on Velarde as he improves to a record of 8-1. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 15 strikeouts. Chris Pegut, the loser, his record is now 8-2. Final record, of course, 8-2. Pegut pitched 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So 25 strikeouts in this ball game makes scorekeeping really easy when you got guys like Velarde and Pegut on the mound. And certainly our first chance to see Velarde this year, and he was everything we expected and hoped for, really.
Well, it wasn't just Velarde. I was equally impressed with the guts and the performance by Pegut. He just kept coming back, bases loaded, nobody out. He strikes out the side, bases loaded, 1 out. He gets out of that one. And even in the last chance for Toms River South when they had the bases loaded, you really can't fault Pegut for that. He got the ground ball for the possible force at the plate. It just didn't happen. They got the pop-up on the bunt, and somehow that was thrown away where it should have been a double play to allow that winning run to come in. And I guess that's why they say that's baseball, and that's why you play all the innings. But a happy Kenny Frank right there. He knows that he might have stolen one tonight a little bit, but a great performance from 2 fine teams. The final score, Toms River South 3, Toms River North 2. This closes out our spring athletics season, high school baseball. It's been a pleasure. Our thanks to the Shore Conference for letting us do all these great games. It's been a lot of fun. For Mark Rossman, I'm Bob Lampin, and so long from the beautiful Wall Municipal Baseball Complex.